welcome. What is up? This is the Early Edge powered by SportsLine. I'm your host, Allan Bell. The coach, obviously, is still out on vacation, getting himself prepared for the football season, which is rapidly approaching. But you have me for a few more days, and I hope that works out okay because I'm enjoying being in here. Now, let's go and take a look at our picks from yesterday. Let's jump right into it. Kind of an up and down day, right? So you see, missed a few on the tennis courts. Mike came through with his Tigers Twins over 10.5. Came through with the Astros Mariners over 8.5. The Braves don't get it done, but the Dodgers do late. A nice showing by them. Our site plays Mitulin to win as well as Mitulin over 1.5 goals. Both of those miss, and we come up about half on our man, the Jeweler's Gem. So that's where we were yesterday. We're looking to crush it today. We got some big things on the board. Let's bring our guys in. I need to see them. I miss them. Gentlemen, looking sharp out there. How we doing?
Doing well.
Good.
Awesome groups, hopefully. So
yeah, Ameer, dude, it's good to see you, man. Yeah, Matty boy, how we doing up there?
My morning debut, so I just kept the bedhead going, man.
You know what? We love it, man. You've got that nice quarantine hair looking, so it's sharp, brother. We love it. Our man M Squared, how we doing down there, brother?
Doing well. Yeah. Welcome, Matt, to the Early Edge debuts. Ameer, is this your Early Edge morning show debut also?
Yep.
Both. Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome. Big debut day. Great to see both of you guys.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's a huge thing. We got both of them here. And you know what? We're going to throw them right to the fire. So look, Ameer, I'm going to hit you with it first. You got some storylines that might affect the Thunder's 6th overall pick tonight in the NBA draft, man. Talk to us.
Yeah, I think that's I'll touch on one of the big props that I think has the most value in the first round. But yeah, the Thunder really they looked at trading up and trying to get that first pick and dangled Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as part of that. He basically had a 50-40-90 season last year, so they're very interested in moving up to that spot. And everyone is keyed in on James Balknight going with that 6th pick. And they've been a steel trap as far as their draft, like the past like 3 picks, Emmanuel Quickly, Cassius Winston, Brandon Clark, all ended up playing for different teams. So yeah, that's something big to watch because I think there could be a big draft day trade. If it's anyone, it's them because they have like so much draft capital.
Yeah, they do. And, speaking for what Ameer was saying, we are going to have a special live show this afternoon, 5 p.m. Eastern, ahead of the NBA draft, which is tonight. So we're going to get you all prepared for that. And you know what? While we're doing that, while we're getting ready, let's just go right into some picks. Our first play of the day is going to be from the SDQL Gurus. They are saying take the White Sox money line, -180 against the Royals. That pitch is at 2:10 Eastern today, so it's an afternoon game. And the reason they're saying it is this. The White Sox are 17-0 as 140-plus favorites coming off a game as favorites in which they did not hit a home run. So that's our first site play of the day. We're going to jump right into our expert picks. M Squared, since we have 2 guys that are on their morning show debuts, why don't you show them how the veterans do it, baby? You got one play, Major League Baseball, from that same game, actually. Go ahead, man. Hit us with it.
Yeah, let's stay in that same game. We're going to be taking the over 9.5 runs in this one. Just absolutely incredible hitting environment. Air density index all the way down to 55, 95-degree actual temperature and rising. Over 50% on the humidity. That's going to bring the heat index up to about 110 degrees. This is easily going to be the worst hitting environment and the most uncomfortable pitching environment overall for Carlos Rodon. It's an early start time on a road game after the night game, and then just brutal conditions for him. Look for him to struggle in this one. The Royals don't strike out against left-handed pitching all that often. You've kind of seen that if you've looked even at his game logs where he's pitched against the Royals so far this season. They're going to put the ball in play here. That's going to be a good thing when you have a really strong hitting environment. And then on the other side, agreeing with the Gurus over there, I think that this White Sox team, like we say this a couple of times a year, but they could cover the 9.5 by themselves today, especially in this matchup. We'll see what kind of watered down lineups we get because it is a day game after a night game. But either way, my simulations have this at 10.7. Carlos Rodon being on the mound is obviously the only reason this thing didn't open at 10.5, but I still think it gets there. And frankly, I think it should be at least 10 -120 in the markets. We'll see if we get any movement here this afternoon.
So, Ameer, I'm going to go to you next, but here, I realize that I just did you a disservice because Look at M squared. He could break down a game and give you a weather report at the exact same time. I don't know anybody that could do it, but you are fantastic. You're going to talk about the NBA draft tonight. You got some props for us. Obviously, weather is not going to be a factor. Yeah, but hit us with it, buddy. What do you got?
Yeah, just right off the top of the bat, one of the big plays I'm looking at is the exact order of the first 3 picks going Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, and Evan Mobley. Cade Cunningham is minus 8,000 to be the top pick. So, that's definitely going to happen with Detroit. Jalen Green has jumped over Evan Mobley in recent weeks. And, Mobley with the Cavaliers are looking like a fit as we have Jared Allen going into the final year of his rookie contract. And I know they're not planning on Isaiah Hartenstein, Kevin Love, and Dean Wade being their main front court guys for the foreseeable future. So, drafting like a perennial all-NBA guy potentially with that kind of upside is, that only makes sense to go the top 3. When I last saw it, when I saw it yesterday, it was minus 220 when I initially wrote about it. It's moved to minus 400. And then let's go to that James Balkanite prop. It was plus 100 to go for his draft position at 6.5. It's moved to plus 130 now. So, really just depending on whether they trade back, because this is a guy who was projected to go like outside of the lottery a couple weeks ago. And now that everyone thinks, oh, he's for sure. If he doesn't go 6, he's probably going like 8, 9. And that really directly correlates with Jonathan Kuminga and Scotty Barnes, who are those guys who are looking to go to like the Orlando Magic, whoever's in that like 5, 6-ish range for sure. And then, just moving on, Zaire Williams out of Stanford, under 18.5 for draft position at minus 115. He's only met with one team, or at least his public workouts only worked out for one team that's not drafting in the lottery, and that's the New York Knicks at 19. And I think they'd think that's a steal if they could get him at 19, but I don't think he'll be on the board. After that, going on to Kai Jones out of Texas, under 15.5 for draft position, minus 165. The only team that's really been linked to him is the Charlotte Hornets. They definitely need to figure out their center situation. They have Cody Zeller, Bismack Biyombo. They had been in the conversation of like looking for like Miles Turner, like a John Collins kind of trade. But maybe if they trade back from 11, but he was I could see him getting a little bit later. Because it'd be a little bit of a reach, but he's one of those high climbers from the NBA Combine who's able to showcase his athleticism. And then Trey Mann over 25.5 draft position at minus 130. Just filled with so much fringe guard talent in this draft. When you just look at all the guards who are going to go outside of the lottery, Jaden Springer, Sharif Kubareyo, Dosunmu, Jared Butler, Bones Highland, they're all primary ball handlers, and he barely had more assists and turnovers in college. So I think that'll possibly have him drop into the second round.
Now, early edge crew, right? So we've got a guy making his debut, and he comes right out of the gate with five NBA draft props. Well done, Ameer. That's fantastic. Matty boy, look, the first 2 picks, man, they set the tone for you. You got 2 plays today, one in the NBA draft, one in Major League Baseball. Hit us with it, buddy. What you got?
Yeah, excuse me. I'm with Ameer on the top 3. I think that's a lock. When I wrote Monday, it was 135. Now I think it's minus 400. I saw a Matt S on the thing, which I automatically respect. Matt S. Minus 400 is not worth it. I agree, but what you'll want to do is parlay it with the price on, I wouldn't worry about Cunningham, but Green at number 2, Mobley at number 3. I also recommend Suggs at number 4. So if you parlay those 3 things together, you're going to get a nice value. I agree with Ameer. The draft doesn't really start till number 6 because I think Scotty Barnes is going number 5. And that was my other pick, Suggs at number 4. And I do recommend Josh Giddey under, I think it's about minus 200 at a position of under 10.5. The Kings really like him, and they're apparently going to trade Buddy Hield today to the Lakers. He would slot right in. He's like a Ricky Rubio type. And if they don't take him, Memphis at number 10 is going to take him. Apparently they traded up with their eye on him. As far as baseball, I do like I'll do the night games and the late show, but Garrett Cole's a little overrated, I admit, but the Rays lead the majors in strikeouts, and he's on the mound today. He's only at like 125 now. I don't know how you can't not take that. He threw 8 shutout innings at the Trop earlier this year. The Trop's a mausoleum, but he likes it there. Got like a 1.82 ERA and 4 career starts there. Aaron Judge will be in the lineup. He had a little bit of a COVID scare yesterday, but then he pinch hit. Like I said, the Rays lead the majors in strikeouts. Luis Patino is okay. So I just think it's a value pick at less than -130. You're not going to get Cole that often. So I would take that for my early play. And I'm also one thing. I'll be fading the Nationals all day if they play. Who's out. Turner's out. We know there's no way Scherzer's pitching today.
So just to be clear, you're taking the Yankees money line -130, and then you've got Cunningham, Green, Mobley, first 3 picks parlayed in order. Gotcha. All right, so let's pull up our recap of all of our picks today so that we can take a look. And I'm going to hit you with mine. So I'm going with the A's, the Angels over 9. And really, here's why. You look at both of these teams, they have been hitting. 3 of Oakland's last 4 were 9+ runs, and the Angels are 66% to the over. In Alex Cobb starts, we go down to our site play from earlier. It is -180 on the White Sox. Mike McClure's on that same game with the over 9.5. And Ameer, his prop, Zaire Williams, under 18.5. We're talking draft pick, the slot here. James Bouknight over 6.5. Kai Jones under 15.5. Trey Mann over 25.5. Now, the Jewelers Gym. We've got a 3-leg parlay going, pays out +250 today. We've got the White Sox, we've got Team USA, and we've got the Toronto Blue Jays +1.5. And in the USA pick, that is USA versus Qatar, USA to qualify in that one. So, boys, we got a lot in. We got a ton of picks on the board. As Coach would say, you have your marching orders. Now let's take it straight to the pay window.
Do you want best bets in your feed every single day? All you have to do is hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Early Edge.